And when it comes to the figure entirely, I'll definitely give this figure. What's up, guys? In today's review, I'm gonna be unboxing the classic Loki from the Loki TV show that's on Disney Plus. With season 2 finally wrapped up, I decided to do this review on the classic Loki figure. Now this one is actually really dope. When it comes to thinking about classic Loki, this is exactly what I think about. Man, this figure is actually really cool. Now let's go ahead and look at this box. Now you guys can already tell this is the newer style box that the Marvel Legends are coming out with, which is enclosed and it does have a picture of the figure. But the artwork is still pretty good in my opinion, and it continued to add that nice detail on the side, which I don't mind that. I display my figures like that anyways on the side, and this is a Build-A-Figure way of a Khonshu. In this figure in particular, you have his right leg, I believe. I think that is his right leg. And this, as you guys can see, this figure does come with 3 different accessories, 2 different hands, and 1 head sculpt, which is actually pretty surprising, especially with the price point of this figure was. I think I ended up getting this one for $11 because I got it on clearance at Walmart. I know it doesn't have the yellow Walmart sticker, but I assure you that I got this for like $11, $12. So let's go ahead and unbox the classic Loki figure. Go ahead and put this aside, and this is the accessories. And here we have the classic Loki. So we're going to go ahead and put this aside and we'll look at the accessories first. So here we do have Khonshu's right leg, and it is pretty stiff. I think this is the first one I have from this wave. Pretty decent in my opinion. Now here is the nice bread and butter of this figure. You guys can see that these hands have the sculpted, like, you know, magic little thingies on there. Both hands come with this as well, which is actually really cool. Now, if this camera could focus, you guys could see the detail that these hands have. Man, I really do like this a lot. And if you guys want to use the regular hands, you can. You just got to add these little effects right here, which is pretty cool as far as accessories. And also, this is the head sculpt. It came in this little piece of cardboard, which is pretty good in order to keep it from breaking. So here is the normal head sculpt. Let me see if I can get the camera to focus. Man, this thing looks really good, really well detailed, especially like I said, I paid like $11 for this, so I'm glad I didn't pay the new retail, which I think it's like $25 or $27. But let's go ahead and look at the actual Loki figure. So here we have this classic Loki, man. This thing looks so dope. I'm trying to turn his head and it keeps going back into the same place. Man, that creepy smile looks pretty good in my opinion, really menacing. Man, look at all this. Now, it would have been nice if this was a cloth cape, but it being sculpted is really not too bad. I mean, you could see that it does have some weathering, some debris, some marks on it, which is pretty cool. Even on his actual costume has that same markings. Now, let's go ahead and look at articulation before we do anything else. So let's go ahead and look at the elbows, because that's one of the most important things. Now this figure is pretty stiff. I'm not sure if it's because it's been sitting in the box for a long time. And he does have double jointed elbows, but it doesn't want to move because it is pretty stiff. Let me see if I can get it to doing it. I know it can, but it doesn't want to. So I'm not going to stress it too much because I don't want to break it. And when it cuts to the thighs, it does move. So we're going to go ahead and move this around so we can get that double jointed knees to actually work. Now, you're going to have to probably heat this figure up because I'm pretty sure a lot of them are going to be like that. I don't want to end up forcing because I don't want to break it. So I'm going to have to put this figure in some hot water in order to actually articulate it. You guys can see that the ankles don't really want to swivel left or right. I'm not sure if it's just supposed to be like that or it's just stiff. Now, when it comes to ab crunch, he does have a good amount of ab crunch. Look at this. This is crazy. Look at on the back. That is some crazy looking ab crunch. Let's see how he goes back. So when he goes back, that's the only thing that sucks, that you guys can see this little yellow line right there. And it is pretty excessive. I'm not sure why he had this weird ab crunch. Okay, so you guys can see that it looks like it's like on a weird hinge or something like that. Now, I'm not really sure why they decided to do it like that. It looks kind of weird. Maybe because, okay, so he does swivel like that. Yeah, see, this is kind of weird. You guys tell me, this is weird. Like, why would they why would they do it like this? I don't know. This is kind of awkward looking. I'm not sure if I'm missing some kind of poses or some posability or something like that. I don't know. That looks kind of freaky to me. He doesn't have butterfly joints, or does he? No, he doesn't. But, you know, he can move 360 on the bicep right there. When it comes to going forward like this or looking up, or the arms going up, really can't go all that much because of this cape. And I don't think you can remove this cape. No, I don't think you can. But it's still pretty cool. When it comes to the head scope, we're going to go ahead and look left and look right, look up, and then look down. It's pretty, I don't know, man. This face is really creepy. So let's go ahead and add some of the accessories to the hands. So adding the accessories to the hands is actually pretty easy in my opinion. You just got to wrap it around. It's really not too bad. Let me go ahead and pop out this head scope. So yeah, now that I have the new head scope on there, I think I'm going to end up keeping this one. Although I like this scary, creepy, smile looking face, I think this one just looks so much better in my opinion. Very subtle, could fit into the vibe of the display piece. So I'm going to go ahead and swap out his hand. Swapping out his hand is actually pretty decent. Really easy, surprisingly, because sometimes these Marvel Legends make it really hard. Man, look at that. You can also do so many different poses, so many different possibilities right here. Now that we're done with all that, let's go ahead and put Loki in some poses so you guys have an idea of exactly what kind of poses you could put Classic Loki in. So let's go ahead and get straight to that. So now that we're done posing Loki, let's go ahead and start the rating. So when it comes to articulation, you gotta give this figure 8.5. Even though it is very over dramatic when it comes to the ab crunch, it does have double jointed elbows. Even though it is a little stiff, double jointed knees, pretty stiff as well. Thigh swivel, doesn't have butterfly joints, but it still extends pretty good because butterfly joints really wouldn't matter because he does have a cape. And his head does move pretty freely, just a little bit. Doesn't have toe articulation, but the ankle does move forward and back pretty decently. It doesn't really go left or right, but we're still going to give this an 8 out of 10. Now, when it comes to accuracy, yo, this thing is accurate to the portrayal of Classic Loki from the Loki TV series. Definitely have to give this an 8.5 out of 10, man. Honestly, I could even give it a 9, especially with the head scope right here. Man, it's really well accurate in my opinion. Now, when it comes to accessories, you guys can already have an idea what I would really say. You got 2 head sculpts, 2 different set of hands, also effects for each hand, build a figure wave, man, a 9 out of 10 overall. And when it comes to the overall packaging, the packaging is a solid 8.5 out of 10. And when it comes to the figure entirely, I'll definitely give this figure an 8.5 out of 10 when it comes to everything, man. This figure right here is a must have. If you guys can get this figure at a decent price point at retail or slightly below or even on sale, I highly recommend it. You will not be disappointed. When it comes to the Loki show figures, I think this one is probably the best one. This is definitely better than the TVA version of Loki. Definitely pretty close to Sylvie, but I do believe this one's the better in my opinion. Anyways, you guys comment down below which one of these do you guys like, which is your favorite Loki variant figure, and I'll see you guys in the next video.